everyone, it's Mariana. Today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about a few tips and tricks that are working for me for surviving online teaching. And yes, I mean surviving because I'm definitely not thriving yet. I do struggle time to time with the reality of what teaching is looking like nowadays for us online teachers. And for those of you that are in the classroom as well, teaching right now is different. And we just have to accept the fact that we are all teaching in a worldwide crisis. We are teaching in a pandemic, and that's not normal. So this is not normal, and it's not going to last. So just keep that in the back of your mind. There is an end one day. There will be an end. This is just a short blimp in your lifetime career as a teacher. So I have a few tricks and I have a few tips that have worked for me in these last few weeks to keep myself grounded. The first tip that I have is don't reinvent the wheel. Nobody has time to digitize all of their content that they have, all of their binders of materials or buckets of games that they have or closets full of resources and manipulatives. We don't have time to digitize everything. As online teachers, there are so many things that we have to worry about, like we have to worry about filming our lessons or live streaming our lessons, and we have to worry about uploading those lessons and creating Google Classrooms, maintaining Google Classrooms, assignments, attaching assignments, assessing the assignments and returning them back to students. We have to worry about technology issues and logins and websites and passwords. There are so many extra steps that online teachers have to take. We don't have time to reinvent all of our lessons and reinvent all of our resources. So what does that mean? What does that look like? That means look for digital copies of things that you might already want to teach about. Teachers Pay Teachers is a wonderful platform where teachers are already digitizing their content or they're already selling digital resources that could fit right into your curriculum and right into your lesson plans. Wouldn't that be such a huge time saver if you could find a unit that's already digital for you and you just had to link the slides into your already created Google Classroom versus creating each individual slide for your lesson? Talk about a huge time saver, right? So don't reinvent the wheel. Look around. I'm sure somebody has created some sort of digital version. And if they haven't, then maybe that is something that you could provide, right? Okay. Number 2, use your prep time wisely. This is a really hard pill to swallow, especially for me because I am such a social person. I love visiting with teachers. But one day I sat down and I looked at all the time that I'm allotted for myself and my prep time. I realized I was squandering a lot of that away by visiting with other teachers. And I'm not saying to be a hermit. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is limit your visiting hours, like a hospital, right? You have to limit those hours. You have to cut them off at some point. So the way that you can maximize your prep time is by limiting your visiting hours, but also having a plan. How many of us have sat down, our kids are at music, for example, and we have a 30-minute prep. In reality, it's like 20 minutes by the time we get the kids there and come back. You know what I mean, right? So we have 20 minutes to sit down and bust out some sort of a lesson or whatever. And how many of us sit there and stare blankly at our list of to-dos and we don't know where to start? There's so many things to do and we have no idea where to start. That's because we don't have a plan. There's so many things that have to get done and we don't even know where to start. So start with the most pressing, most urgent tasks that have to get done before you leave for the end of the day or that have to get done by tomorrow. And my third and final tip for you is a motto or a mantra that I've been using in my life, and it sounds completely preposterous, but it works. And my motto is this: ugly is effective. And the reason why that came about is because I played on a volleyball team with super, super athletic people, and they would be getting points by spiking the ball over, smashing it, or overhand serves or whatever, and it looks so beautiful. They make it look so effortless, and they would be winning us points. And then there's little old me who was learning how to play the game, and I would be popping it over or dumping it or whatever, and sometimes I would get the point. But I always felt like it wasn't good enough because I wasn't approaching the ball correctly, or I wasn't, overhand serving it and smashing it. But my teammates all reassured me and they said, in the end, it doesn't matter because you still got the point. It was still effective. And as soon as I realized that, I could enjoy the game more because I wasn't so worried about how it looked. And how does that relate to teaching? Well, when the summer hit and teachers were getting ready for online teaching, a lot of them were coming out with these beautiful, beautiful Bitmoji classrooms. And I know that the time it would take for me to create a Bitmoji classroom, to learn it, to put it together, and to use it effectively is just not how I want to spend my time preparing for my classroom. So my classroom is not as pretty, but it's still effective. The students still know what they're supposed to be working on, at what time, and when they're meeting with me. It still serves that purpose. Now, that being said, if you have a Bitmoji classroom, all the props to you. I love it. I love seeing them. I think they're super cute. And if it makes you feel better to make a beautifully laid out Google Classroom or a Bitmoji classroom, then do it. If it makes you feel good, do it. All right. So the last thought I want to leave you guys with today is that, this is a marathon. We know that. Every day is another day done. So every day that you leave work and that you've completed for the day, that's one less day that you have to worry about until the finish line. And you are replaceable at work, but you are not replaceable at home. So just keep that in mind. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great day. If you have something that's working for you for online teaching, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what is working for you in terms of surviving online teaching. Thanks.